Happy Halloween, everyone! Hope everyone's enjoying their All Hallows Eve. Yeah, I know my hair looks a little crazy, but in case you can't guess, I'm actually trying to cosplay as Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yu-Gi-Moto from Yu-Gi-Oh! The original Season 0 manga. Couldn't find an actual wig for it, so I just bought I bought a Kirishima wig from My Hero Academia at a random party store, and I'm gonna try my best to modify it. But it'll go just about as well as Like, I have no idea how well it's about to go, but point is, I like board games, so why not cosplay as a character who likes to play board games? Getting those blonde highlights is going to be annoying, but hey, learning new skills is my thing, and it is what it is. And welcome everyone to the Writer Time podcast here on the Morphin Network, and I'm Mike, your host, and we are here to discuss a very interesting episode of Kamen Rider Gavv. Episode 9, Trick or Dance. And yes, it's our obligatory armored suit episode, which has apparently become quite the staple in the Reiwa era. We had the Mammoth one from 01. We had Excalibur from Saber. Did Zero Revis didn't really have one. He kind of had the command thing, but not really. But I will definitely say that Gotchard definitely had not one, but 2 mecha suit episodes, plus an actual CGI mecha on top of that. So that's 3 mecha in 2 episodes. 3 episodes, actually. And yes, for Halloween, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep, I finally got a copy of the original in a 3-in-1 edition. God, I love Season 0. It's super underrated, but we're not here to talk about that. Halloween is afoot. Tonight is Devil's Night. And no, I'm not going to dress up as the Crow because I did that last year, and it went about as well as you would expect for a person to dress up as a crow. So, yeah, I'm not pushing my luck to push up daisies. Now, you're probably wondering, what is Halloween about besides getting candy? Well, Halloween was originally a Celtic holiday known as Samhain, which was to celebrate the end of the light half of the year and the start of the dark half of the year. Basically, it's an equinox thing, which is kind of weird because the equinox is in September, but they celebrated towards the end of October. It's a lunar calendar kind of thing. Anyways, so it is believed that at this point in time, the barrier separating the world of the living and the world of the dead is at its thinnest. So we need to honor the dead by, having parties, bobbing for apples, wearing animal hides to scare off the evil spirits, and celebrating the upcoming harvest season. Now, because, a certain famine occurred and the Irish ended up having to come to the United States, naturally, the Celtic holiday, or at least what eventually became of it, would come to the United States and things would get Americanized. But before they get Americanized, they first need to be Catholicized. So, Catholic Church, not being a fan of pagan holidays, decided to put their own spin on it. So, November 1st, they have a holiday called All Saints' Day to celebrate the apostles and the martyrs in Christian faith. And naturally, because November 1st is All Hallows' Day, that means that the night before, October 31st, is All Hallows' Eve, or as they say in Latin, Halloween. So naturally, the Irish started doing all kinds of both similar and different activities, such as having kids go out trick-or-treating. Well, trick-or-treating is very different meaning, but basically in the 1800s, kids would be like searching the neighborhoods for toys and candy or other things, while the adults would stay indoors and party hardy. Naturally, the use of candy for Halloween wouldn't become popularized until the 1930s, and even then, it would take until the 1970s for it to become a mainstream thing. Basically, there was a satanic scare in the 1970s in the United States where, oh no, people are going to put poison fruit and razor blades into things. So, the safest option at the time, much like drinking wine in the Renaissance era, is to give kids candy so that's like, like you can't tamper with prepackaged candy. The rest is history. Also, one thing I did find out is Skittles didn't exist till the 1980s. That's a new one for me. Now let's talk about hard candy. How is hard candy made? Interesting enough, you use two different kinds of sugars, sucrose and glucose, and you melt them both together in a pot of water. Then you add flavor, whatever flavor you need, peppermint, sugar plum, whatever you want it to be. And of course, depending on the process, you include food color during or after the cooking process. But naturally, the water needs to evaporate, causing the two types of sugars to kind of fuse together, kind of like a metamorphic rock. And the thing is, it has like a very viscous pseudo-liquid form, and it needs to be cooled down on a flat table, which is like, if you've been to ice pan ice cream, you know what I'm talking about. You have this flat surface, frigid, and temperature regulation is critical to the hard candy making process. The outer layer needs to be more brittle, while the inner layer needs to be more soft and gooey so that you could bend it in all kinds of directions. The crazy part is, in order to get the kind of candy you want, design you want, you have to make a massive model of the kind of what the hard candy is supposed to look like, the end product, so that when you stretch it out, it squeezes into its smaller form, and then once it finally finishes cooling in its final form, you just chip away at it. And that's how hard candy is made. Now, this isn't exactly hard candy. This is actually a Mentos. It has an outer layer with a soft, chewy center, but still hard on the outside. I honestly cannot find hard candy in anywhere lately, but that is the process of how it's made. So that is how you make hard candy. And that is your snack fact of the week. You got 2 this week instead of just 1. Happy Halloween. Good night, everyone. I'm just kidding. Let's get into the episode. It's already Halloween. Weirdly enough, it's barely touched upon in this episode. Let's get the Halloween aspect out of the way because of how little it's referenced. Shoma learns about Halloween. He's dressed up as a jack-o'-lantern. It's cute. And he finds out that kids get candy. So naturally, he goes trick-or-treating in broad daylight. Makes sense. Japan has law centers for kids. It makes sense why you would want kids to trick-or-treat in broad daylight. Now, in Japan, an adult trick-or-treating looks a little weird. So imagine having adults walking around, 2 other adults going, trick-or-treat, 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 trick-or-treat. Shoma's adorable. He at least gets some candy. And he even offers some to some kids, which is great. That's all there is to know about the Halloween aspect of the episode. This episode is actually more focused on Hanto than Shoma, which is something I find really interesting because there are certain episodes that focus completely on Hanto, and Shoma is practically an afterthought. I don't mind it as much because, at least, it's like, because usually you put so much focus on the main writer that the second writer's an afterthought. But, at least there's like some kind of balance. And I know that whenever they are going to do something focusing on Shoma, it's going to be an episode that really like hits hard. Like the marshmallow episode, which, by the way, I should probably do an episode discussing how marshmallows are made. Maybe when he gets the assist for it. But yeah. So Hanto overhears two girls dancing and finds out that one of their friends is missing. There's also a mysterious secret tunnel. I know a certain fan is going to want to hear me sing about secret tunnel. And yeah, so in this secret tunnel, there's a potential monster lurking in there that's causing kids to disappear. So naturally, Hanto does the rational thing and starts chasing little girls in order to question them. Naturally, one of them has like one of those rip cords with a stranger danger alarm. Now, I know Hanto's not really stranger danger, but the fact that, like, given the context where we're working with, yeah. Also, impressive. Japan actually has those rip cords for stranger danger. America, why don't you adopt this? Seriously, like, this is actually, like, a great idea. I've seen commercials for it, but I've never seen anyone actually use those. I hope they're inexpensive. Yeah, it's definitely better than just randomly pulling out a whistle and But yeah, sooner or later, Hanto does save the girl because she clearly missed a couple of episodes of Bakugan Sentai Boom Boonger because she didn't look both ways while crossing the street. You watch Boom Boonger. You should know this. And yeah, so what we end up with is just they have a conversation. It's like, I'm a dancer. My friends like to dance, but I want to be as good as them, but not so good that I overshadow them. But one of my friends is secretly missing, and I don't know where she is. And yeah, it just so happens that Hanto notices that one of the dance instructor has like this giant patch on his abdomen. So he's like, I'm suspicious of this guy. Oh, so now we're going to chase any person with a gun. I'm starting to think that Gavv might be fat-shaming propaganda, and let me explain why. Because think of it this way. If you don't want people suspecting you that you might secretly be a granite, then you definitely don't want to have a belly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the show intended that to be a thing, but jokingly, I'm going to make that a thing. Yeah, this show just got fat-phobic. But no, seriously, take good care of yourselves. Eat what you want in moderation, but make sure you get plenty of food, exercise, rest, balance your macromolecules to your personal health goals, and be sure to see a physician and a nutritionist for accurate planning of whatever it is you want and need of your dietary goals. Okay, so yeah, the whole aspect of Halloween completely ended. Oh, and while chasing the little girl, yes, Hanto bumped into this pâtissier, who is not a French paratrooper, and he helps him get some snacks, off the floor. Thankfully, they're already shrink wrapped, and he just blows it off like there's like nothing going on there. But because he needs to chase this dance instructor who has like the suspicious abdomen, and of course he runs towards the tunnel. It's like, aha, I got you. You're actually a monster. No, what? What? Wait, these are ice packs. Yeah, I have a stomach flu. I've had diarrhea for 2 weeks. I don't want anyone finding out about it. Excuse me, while I cry a river in the toilet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He didn't. He was way off. But he does find the actual granite of the episode. And I'm gonna be honest, kind of like the designs of the last two granutes a lot better. So yeah. So Granute Yard. Granute Yard. It's he's a hermit crab. He's a hermit crab. Don't know why he's called Yard. Yadokan. But he's a hermit crab. He looks nothing like a yard. And it would have been interesting if that was what he was called. Although I'm going to be honest, given the fact that we don't it's like in a dark secret tunnel. It's hard to tell even what the theme of the Granute was. At least with the sardine dude, at least we could tell he's a sardine. And he even makes a joke about being in Sardinia. Hi, Arutsujan, Naito. But yeah, I'm not vibing with this one as much as I was vibing with the other one. That's just me. Yeah. Freaking what's his name? Hanto fights him off. He figures out who he is. He's actually the patissier guy because of this one line he says, and he runs off. Meanwhile, the twins at Stomach Inc. Get some help from Yelp because they managed to strike a deal with God, I'm trying to remember his name. Glottis the sister, Yelvis the brother. Yeah, it's a Latin or Spanish word. It was a Latin or Spanish word. Longo. Yeah. I swear. I even made jokes about him just a few days ago. But yeah, they strike a deal with Longo that in 10 days they'll be able to not only defeat the Red Gavv, but also get 5 shipments of high-quality human spice. So thanks to Niel, they get a laser that's just like melts things because it's high heat. I get it. It's a laser. Anyway, so while Shoma is hung over the end of Halloween, he takes a lollipop, which is a hard candy, and he spits out 3 gochizos, and one of them's super heavy. I actually think that part was kind of funny, but then an agent lures him into a warehouse where he's being attacked by a laser, and when he tried to use Chokodon or the marshmallow or even Poppin' Gummy, all his armor melts and melts and melts because like lasers are hot. Chocolate and marshmallows melt. You can't even use a graham cracker as a shield against one, or can you? So naturally, he gets one of the lollipop. He gets a heavy lollipop one, pops it in. And basically he gains a massive armor based on hard candy, and his ATV turns into a cannon. It shrinks down and turns into a cannon. It's like Megatron, how in robot form he's bigger than Starscream, but in his disguise form he's a handgun that Starscream can hold like an actual pistol. But this is actually cool because it has 2 4-barrel Vulcans, and you have tiny little gochizos inside, like mixing candy in order to like make the ammunition. And thankfully, because it's hard candy, it doesn't melt so easily. So he manages to destroy the laser. The twins run off in defeat. Meanwhile, Hanto tries to investigate where that pâtissier shop was, but it mysteriously disappeared. It's a pop-up. It's a pop-up. It's here for only for a limited time. But the little girl from earlier in the episode who said she didn't like candy, she's about to eat one of those pastries that the guy made, only for her to about to be attacked by the pâtissier. And that's where the episode ends. Not much I could say about this episode. Honestly, compared to a lot of the past episodes, this episode wasn't as great to me. I mean, the lollipop form looked really cool. No question about it. No question about it. But my biggest gripe is the fact that plot-wise, not really much really happens. It's like we get so much excitement in the last batch of episodes that a lot of things develop. You know, like Salt gets killed. Shoma finds out reveals that his mom was killed. He's half Granute. His grand uncle invented the belt in order for him to like be at least a little bit on the same level as his half siblings. Anto becomes a writer, and like convenient secrets are conveniently secret. And yeah, we have a Sachika focused episode. A lot of great stuff happened here, but not so much in this episode. Plot-wise, like as far as the grand scheme goes, feels like a one-off episode. And I know it won't be because still got to resolve the issue with that Granute. And also, we got that giant barrel thing that we're going to see in the next episode, and possibly something involving donuts. But that's all. Really, not much happens in this episode. This one's an 8 out of 10. I'm almost disappointed that I have to give this one a lower score. And most importantly, one of my biggest problems is the fact that the Halloween element is just a nothing burger in the episode. It's just a means for him to just get a lollipop, which he could do in any other situation. They could have done more with it. You know, you could have even had a kid do trick-or-treating or pranking with the trick-or-treat element. Shoma could have gotten in trouble. Well, yeah, it felt more Hanto focused than Shoma focused, even though Shoma had the main fight sequence in the episode. So let's see what happens in the next episode. Yum, hard candy. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you too, my guy. Not gonna lie, the Halloween aspect is kind of dropped in 5 minutes. Wish it got more focus. I have to agree. That freaking laser, though. Yeah, the laser was kind of cool, but couldn't stand to the hard candy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. We do Ultraman arc on Mondays, Kamen Rider Gavv on Wednesdays, Bakuage Sentai Boom Boom on Thursdays, but this week, because it's Friday, because it's Halloween on Thursday, we're moving Boom Boom to Friday, and just in time because we are finishing up the third lap. Only 1/4 left of the show, and will it be a banger at the Big Bang Grand Prix? Who knows? Let's find out. But on Sundays, we are doing Kamen Rider Gaim, so please enjoy that. Also, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie reviews. Tonight, as the time is recording, in 15 minutes, we are going to be discussing the 1994 classic, which is the 10th anniversary of a 1984 classic, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, on The Buttery Show. Please be sure to check that out. And also, if you want to follow my personal content, you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And don't forget to follow, like, comment, subscribe to the Morphin Network and The Buttery Show on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos, and share the videos because it helps us out with the algorithms. Until then, stay safe, stay hydrated, update emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we hope you have a phenomenal Halloween. Be sure to stay safe out there, and let the creeps and crawlies give you a wonderful day. Goodbye, guys.